Hello everybody, this is Spirelli and welcome back to Orwell. It's like, welcome back to the banner saga that doesn't feel right. So we just had new headlines to check out and we still have to investigate the Watergate farmer further. Let's look at what popped up, cause I get distracted easily. Crime rate continues to drop. The Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. That sounds great. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published a new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementing of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault at Boston, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidents. So look at the safety bill. Was already declining, then a safety bill, and the party is elected in the government. The party in the nation. Don't we all love the names? Okay. The safety bill is a collection of a safety center. Oh wait, yeah, this is like it's not a. Okay. I just wanted to check whether it maybe shows the future, like what they're not pretending. I'm at a loss of words. I'm sorry. The safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is a simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects in their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transitioning through the nation. It has also become mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. This is extremely dangerous to ex-convicts, considering what the offenses are that you could be convicted for. And then, like, it's already extremely dangerous for ex-convict, and there's, like, otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. You just have to be potentially dangerous. You don't have to have done anything but potentially dangerous because what you associate with the wrong people. Since the safety bills come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. The Purge peacekeeping mission. The terrorist incident of 2008 was a terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Purge, a region torn by civil unrest for years, by the order of the previous government. To fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. The Purge's peacekeeping mission has been signed to 2011. Our troops were sent off to neighboring countries to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Purge, we have been able to reduce the number of stationed forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. Okay. There is nothing in here. Oh, do I need to? No, there is nothing in here that I could have put in her profile, so this is for us. But we are now on the party's website, so let's look at it. Our 5 pillars for a great nation. Hug kids, okay. Safety and security. We firmly believe in strict safety regulations and mechanisms to preserve the life and well-being of every individual. Economy and commerce. A strong economy equals a strong society. This is why we strive for constant healthy growth. Values and tradition. Our cultural origins, as well as the significance of family and communal life, must be cherished. Migration and foreign affairs. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries are necessities to uphold law and order in our own. Education and health. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are foundation of our community. This is like every company ever who's like, our values are, and then it's just super basic things, is like basic human decency. In some non-explanatory sentence, like you're just sitting there while HR is talking to you in the interview, and they're like, "So, which one do you value the most?" And it's like they're all really important because it took like 5 really important things to talk about. Anyway, people, leaders of the nation. Robert Blaine, Prime Minister. Prime Minister Blaine, as much remarkable visionary as unmatched leader, is a member of the party in the fourth generation. The surprising death of the previous leader of the party, Mrs. Goddard, left behind a power vacuum. It was the young Robert Blaine who stepped up and was elected as the new head unanimously. Just in this exemplary case, Mr. Blaine will take initiative whenever possible and is sure not to relent until the party's ambitious goals have been achieved. Arthur Scott Gallagher. Mr. Gallagher, one of the most seasoned members of the party, is in charge of the Ministry of Economy and Trade. As such, he is directly responsible for reduced tax levels for big and medium-sized corporations, as well as the resulting decline of the unemployment rate. Catherine Delacroix, we've heard of her before, she's the Secretary of Security. The Ministry of Security, dedicated to the purpose of improving the nation's safety and the interior, was formed directly after the elections in 2009, just as originally proposed by Catherine Delacroix. Ms. Delacroix was subsequently granted the position of the first Secretary of Security. She is best known for the inception of the safety bill, elevating security standards in the country to a new level. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defense. The Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the nation's neighboring countries. To that end, Mr. Faulkner created the Party's peacekeeping mission, which played a key role in the prevention of terrorist activities occurring on the nation's soil. So this is what we've seen. Okay. Participate. Become a part of the party. There are many ways in which you can contribute to the nation's success. Become involved with the party is a huge one. If you are willing to give you're all for a brighter future of the nation and consequently all of the world, come and join us. Find out how. Donate. Party is always grateful for donations of any amount. Your gift will directly help the party to continue its course to build a safe, stable, and positively conservative nation. Wow. Volunteers. Support a local group of volunteers to get in touch with the nation's leader and champion the topics that matter the most to you and your family. Become a member of the party is a life-altering calling as you'll represent the party in political matters on a communal and national level. Get in touch and apply. Or join the army of the nation. The party is a big promoter of direct service to the homeland. If you think you have it in you to defend the freedom of the nation in foreign countries and help stabilize them, get enlisted now. Interesting. There was nothing we could associate with her in this. So let's continue looking at the company here. We went through all of them. I did the mistake of saying he's the COO. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is currently looking for suitable. I gotta tell you, the English language is so fucked up. Why is everything pronounced so weirdly? Candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine McCart, Head of HR. Okay, so I can pull this up. We are urgently looking for a COO to replace a retired formerly appointed predecessor. Okay. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This was probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Okay, yes. So this is what I should have put in the first place. Or maybe I do have to have both in there, because otherwise we don't know that the previous COO who quit was her. I'm not sure anymore. What we expect, oh here we go, many years of work experience in a leading management position, preferably in the pharmaceutical industry, or being related to the current CEOs. Deep knowledge of the pharmacy market, master's degree in business economics or similar, language proficiency in English, French, and Chinese desirable, a traditional-oriented character with a mind that is nevertheless open for new challenges, a competitive and motivated spirit. We offer an ambitious and challenging role with high responsibility at one of the most renowned pharmaceutical companies in the country, a safe job in one of the most stable and promising industries, a competitive salary, a dynamic team with a friendly and cooperative atmosphere. So I'm very competitive, but I'm working in a cooperative atmosphere. Oh, research internship. Let's look at an internship position. As a research intern, you will be scientific research team for 3 to 6 months and supported with your assistants. Undergraduate students are postgraduate of biology, chemistry, biochemistry, or similar fields. Reliability and team spirit. We offer an interesting insight in an exciting, fast-moving industry, a dynamic team with a friendly and cooperative atmosphere. No competitive salary in this one, cause why the hell would you? If you cannot find any positions that matches your qualifications, we are still happy to receive your application. We will then keep your CV in our candidate database in order to contact you soon as a matching vacancy reopens. Cool, cool, cool. I went through the products. Let me just go. Yes, so this is the party here. I went through it all. So I guess what I have to do is say, did her family intervene in her? Was the case closed due to lack of evidence, or did a wealthy family influence the outcome? So I'm not sure. She recently quit her job. She's not associated with her family in that way, but it doesn't mean that her family wouldn't interfere for her. And obviously her family is very rich. But I also, immediately after reading the police report, always concerned because there was a group of people and she was detained because she was weeping. I'm just gonna give her, the benefit of the doubt here. The case closed due to lack of evidence. That is what I figured. Pity that the CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of her. What may have caused this radical shift? It is quite some shift, so I'm just scrolling through to see whether anything has reopened. But we got her UTEL before, so this might be what we can look at. Here, come on, that's a better picture for you. Birthday! September 13, 1992. That seems reasonable. Interest, art, music, and activism. Has an interest, yeah, thank you. Art, music, activism, what a lineup. Yeah, it is. She likes the Targets, painting, Alice in Wonderland, and my cat Kikiko. Woohoo! First day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. Jake Clefton. What? Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My aunt already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Okay. Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There's nothing left to do but to congratulate you. They are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all of you government lackeys. Opposes the government vehemently. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what is the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. This is Mary Blythe speaking. You gotta get out from time to time, you'd feel better. May, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? Broken friendship. But it's yellow. So I shouldn't immediately put it over because there is contradicting information. I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend, no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's the past now. Cassandra is in a relationship with Joseph Langley. Yeah, that was clear much earlier, but I couldn't tell him. He was like, this is her lawyer. With her lawyer. Might be noteworthy. Yeah. The Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this shit, but surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click goes boom, does it? Yeah, I don't need to go to this article because we read it. At least you're redeemed now. Want to blow off steam together with a late night shopping tour? Not today. I have a date this evening. Ooh, who's the lucky one? Yeah, it seems they were, at least were, quite good friends. Case closed. Congratulations. Never had any doubt. And there's Harrison O'Donnell. Kiddo, you're my heroine, in both the heroic and the truck way. 1,000 cams on a blazer, but no proof. We've shown the world the sturdy surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and to mislead people into believing false promises. Cams for safety, one big lie. And Juliet Carrington. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Shall we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom Party on Friday? Thanks, you guys. I'm so happy. I'm sure you heard a lot fall off my mind. Harrison. Yeah, we'll totally write an article on our blog. She's a blog, can I? Juliet, of course, I'm so in. She changed her profile pic. The concept was amazing. So amazing, they just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how do you like it? Oh my god, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Jake, ooh, Cassie's going punk. Did mommy and daddy agree with that? He's really in for the mommy and daddy jokes. Looks nice. What's a whole new you? You also need a new name then. What about Casarthis? That's clever. Me like you. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthis. Okay. It's probably a name somewhere. Alias. Name. You know, people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias. Alias? God, how do I not know how this is pronounced? Then we can match the data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. That's the spirit, kiddo. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group if you want to join us. Would be nice to have you with us on the protest on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. Interesting. An activist group, is there anything more specific? Yeah, maybe I should have gone from like bottom to top. Just discovered this hot new band, Targets. Man, do they rock hard. They're going to play a concert in a cell next weekend. Who's coming? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punks? Not really my style, sorry Cass. Can't we just go to see Cheer Cheeks sometime? They're not just some punks. The leader singer is real cute and they have this cool guitarist girl. Plus they've got a message, what's not to like? No, sorry, it's not for me. Bah, alright, you're the one missing out. I'll have them all for myself then. Ooh la la. Oui, no? Having an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all times. But you really should consider paying a visit to hairstylist soon, darling. Well, that is what happens when you do my hair. Okay, so here we have she's the best friend of all times. But they seem to have had a fallout. I guess related to her joining an activist group. Another session with Joseph Langley. Hi, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Oh, interesting. Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have history with that place. And you were there. This might be a good time to mention to your lawyer/boyfriend that you were there and might be implicated. Already fucking me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was there just moments before this happened. Ugh, I never should have gone to the damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not me. Meeting a presence there before the bomb could be coincidental after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. I was so happy when Goldfels accepted me in, though. I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. Think of it this way. If you would have not gone to the protest, then you would have never have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would have never met. Yeah, and I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You're not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You're sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Ka-ching. This we have to do. What is the ka-ching about? Was that supposed to be my credit card in the cash register? Something like that, I guess. I hope you like, Chateau Margaux. Great, so you've decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir, I was ready to pull the money out of innocent pockets. Anyway, I got the good stuff. Now I'm headed to my handsome boyfriend Joseph for dinner. So this is already submitted, which is why we can't do it anymore. Here's the thing, I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule and I can't postpone it. You've gotta be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every fucking where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. Have you taken the metharine? We read about those. I assume they're the antidepressants based on her history? Yes, damn it. It's the only thing that matters to you that I want fucking happy pills all day. Darling, please. It's nothing like that and you know it. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hang. I do not show up to this appointment. I risk losing a very important client. Fine. Do you understand? Don't you understand that? Oh no, I'm totally understand. Don't you risk losing that very important client of yours. Cassie, don't be like that. Yeah, she's not really supportive. I mean, I don't know whether this happens literally every day. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up to the priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. Okay, so first of all, she's on meds. I don't know why this is a government business, but what's this metharine? Can you look that up for me, please? Okay, so I have to go back to the webpage and now and tell him. And Goldfels accepted her in. One related document found. An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who's Goldfels? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Just have to decide on her friend, the Thought. But first let's go to products. He wanted to metharine antidepressant. She might be emotionally unstable if she's relying on this medication. Well, if she's on this medication, then she might be emotionally stable. I mean, that's what it's there for, right? The thought. The thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. Welcome to the thought block. Pick an entry below. So this time we can start from the bottom. Oh, error 43 forbidden. The article is private. Due to the privacy setting on this block, archived articles are only available from direct links, not from the front page. Sorry. Ask an admin of the block to provide you with a direct link if you're interested in an archived article. So we can only read freedom is unfree. Freedom is Unfree, published in September 2016 by Catharsis. It's camps everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me or is this just a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It's never even occurred to anyone that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We've always been against violence. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not. But it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all. Which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet and careful when there are cameras around. Or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this block years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freedom Memorial since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride. And now what are you thinking? This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The LED freedom ring? But The statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stone should be clear. In the middle of the capital there is a symbol of freedom, comprehensively symbolized for everyone, isn't it? With cameras there, this is now the place of unfreedom, if anything else. There's no comment, but there is a link. Are thoughts still free? By Gottfels. This is from 2012, so this is a long time ago. I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question, in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. He's quite a fellow, can I? So far I have not been able to track anything on anybody else other than Cassandra. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. I know what I want and what delights me, still always reticent and it is suitable. My wish and desire, no one can deny me, and so it will always be. My thoughts are free. No, thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, all of those futile works, because my thoughts tear all the gates and walls apart, thoughts are free. When I was still long before I migrated to the nation 1993, I believed this to be a universal truth, that there are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is, and is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except ourselves really knows what is going on in our head until we choose to reveal it. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thought still be free? It is not likely that we will all communicate only under great mental reservation, to hold on to our knowledge, which means as a final consequence, will we stop thinking? When I think of increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. This is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternative to the total control and safety bigotry of this world. Yours sincerely, Abraham Goldfels. A guest. Interesting name, by the way. Just stumbled upon your new blog and it's some truth you tell thee. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be, express yourself, wasn't it? Now the government has come to threaten this with real name policies and should save your IP so they can look up who you are, so don't say anything wrong, possibly. About some time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, you've just gained yourself your first follower. Frankly, this is Godfell speaking. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I'm very delighted to have my first follower. Hello admin, I like your things too. Could you one, but now even more? Could you one, but now even more? What? To get a service on search engine optimization independent. Others get clicks and more money for you. Now use. Oh. Wow, okay. That is not helpful. So who's this Goldfels? He has 5 articles registered since March last login in December 2016, which is also some time ago. And here we can check out what she's been up to. She's only done 1 article. We have her UTEL again. Last login now. Okay, she's been rather new to the group. Man. My voice. There's a new stuff in the timeline? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, wow. Ha! Finally someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. So, I think this contradicts with her saying they are against violence. Because either she wants to blow up things, and this is not a simple blow up. 3 people died, I think 5 more or 6 more have been severely hurt. So this is not like destroy some property to get your message across because nobody's listening to you otherwise. This is people lost their lives for it. But then again, I don't know what to trust more because I don't know whether she wants to appear like this. Um, there are thousands of cameras pointing to a target and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Miss Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie? You laugh at people being killed? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but I guess to continue, I now have to decide whether I believe this is what she holds true or it is the other statement of them believing in peace. So this takes two very clear directions. If I say she's happy about this, that makes her so much more of a potential um, terrorist. And if I say she's rather inclined to have um, to be against violence, she's a bit more off the hook. So I'm not really sure. This reaction is really out of proportion. You know, like even if you were for this happening in some capacity, I guess your message should be something like, you know, I'm glad it shows that the surveillance isn't helping, and I feel for everybody who lost their lives there because it's a tragedy because people lost their lives there. So kind of like I want to look into this further, I think. And this is a very public profile. Symes, I suspected as much. It seems we are looking at the right person. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this really, like, we are looking at her as a potential terrorist, and this kind of hones it down. Looking at what you've extracted so far, we are dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I will indicate that to law enforcement. Alright, what we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Okay, what do we do? Juliet. I seen her on the profile. Hey Cassie. Hi Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know your post on timelines about this assault. Really, Jules? You're not gonna preach to me about the stupid post, are you? You really shouldn't write something like that. No. I just want to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just between the two of us. I just had to let off steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and lots of other shit today. Stop stirring up all of this crap again, you know? What I did. What you did? What happened there wasn't your fault. What did you do? What did you do? Right. Kaiser, you heard that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not be my fault, Julie? I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him? It is why you really should remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie. Oh, man. Nobody's innocent. Well, wow. You'd have to let go. So at first I was here as like, oh no, did I do the wrong thing with implicating she likes violence? Because she said I really had to let off steam, and remember her boyfriend stood her up. It feels like that might have been repeatedly, and she is emotional, um, which we know from the antidepressants. I don't exactly know how those work. I'm sorry if I'm saying something stupid, but like it's been implied in this game so far that she has an emotional stability, emotional personality. But then she's like, she actually did it. So injure the police officer to protect Juliet Carrington. Or she admitted to doing it in rage. I don't think she did it in rage. I think she did it to save Juliet. What? Where'd that come from? Now this is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. However, we probably won't be able to hold her for long if it really happened. in defense of this Juliet. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. If Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former report. Record? Yes, report, but record. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Okay. After doing this, after telling them she actually is the one who injured the police officer with another tragedy, because he's not woken up, has he? And he has two little kids. I will now stop it at this, and we'll come back again soon to see more of what Juliet has to say. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.